mouths to feed. So we're skinning all these people to savor all their meats. We're using gas-powered chainsaws and non-gas-powered knives to slaughter lots of teenagers and ruin all their lives. It's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're killing one by one. We'll slice and skin and serve you up before the day is done. La-di-da-di-day-o, la-di-da-di-day-o,
Hello, welcome everybody to Night Terrors, a horror podcast in the vein of many other horror podcasts just like it, detailing all the monstrous and macabre that you could possibly think of. My name is Darian Farrell, and with me is my co-host and kid brother, Nolan Farrell.
Hey.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, so on today's episode, this is our premiere episode. That's right.
A pilot, if you will.
Yes, a pilot episode. Just sort of dipping our toes in, testing the waters, getting everything sort of smoothed out as the show kind of goes on. So, forgive us if this is a little dry, because it is a dry run. So
Pure dry. Or is it?
yeah. Yeah, well, we're going to be wetting our whistles, but pretty much going in dry, real raw dogging it, if you will. So
No lube.
no lube. That's right. So today's episode for the premiere, I thought we would start off with a classic. We just finished up watching the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So
Directed by whom?
Directed by Tobe Hooper.
Yeah.
1974. Like I said, it's the original. First of the series.
The good shit.
Yeah, the real good shit. So, we're essentially just going to be reviewing it, detailing our thoughts, and just kind of running through the plot line, so that if you want to watch it, you can watch it with these thoughts in your head, and just sort of enjoy the ride, if you will. This is going to be no restriction on spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie and you're worried about spoilers from a movie from 1974, then turn back now, or forever hold your peace. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here, or whatever the fuck.
Just don't listen to this if you haven't seen it.
Or if you don't care, keep on listening. So I guess we should probably just start off with thoughts. What did you think of the movie?
Well, honestly, I wasn't really expecting it to be how it was.
Yeah.
For a movie from 1974. I wouldn't say it was overtly gory or graphic, but even though it is considered a staple or a predecessor, pioneer of slasher horror, it had more of a psychological kind of.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I would agree. So it's certainly not for any of the gore hounds out there. No, absolutely not. It's definitely
it has some.
Yeah, it has some. I wouldn't exactly call it subtle, but it's
definitely prevalent or prominent.
Yeah, it's very meditated. I want to say.
I wouldn't say meditated.
No, I mean meditate in that everything's very well thought out. Everything's very, very well planned, very well put together.
It has a purpose.
Yes,
it's not just senseless.
It's not just senseless violence. There's really a story going on. It's not trying to be formulaic, you know.
No.
This isn't an 80s slasher. Yeah. This is 1974, so this is the same vein as Black Christmas, the original John Carpenter's Halloween, which we're actually going to be going through that series. The closer it gets to October, what with the new one coming out, so that's something that.
Do you think the new one's gonna be good?
I have a feeling the new one will. It'll certainly be interesting because it's going to be completely ignoring 2 through however many there's like 7.
Is there?
Yeah, there's like 7 to the canon, which isn't even the original canon because a couple of them have already retconned.
Really?
A lot of the canon from other entries, and then of course there's the Rob Zombie remakes, which the second one isn't even a remake; it's just a continuation of the first remake. So it's not even like a remake of the original Halloween 2. It's just a continuation of the remake of Halloween 1, the Rob Zombie films,
Right.
Which are their own separate canon, you know, so that's not even associated.
Their own thing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I have a feeling it'll definitely be interesting because it's going to be retconning pretty much everything. Like you watch the first one and this one, and that's
boom.
And yeah, and that's that's everything you need to know is just the first one essentially.
Okay.
So, but we're still going to be watching all of them.
Shit. Okay.
And so that's going to be fun. I feel like we're going to have a good time reviewing those. But so Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So would you say you liked the film?
I enjoy it.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you do. Because you've never seen it before. I've never seen it before. We watched the 40th anniversary remastered edition, which for a remaster. Is definitely really good, especially a remaster of a 70s film.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, you can still see the film grain, but everything's very sharp, very crisp. The colors are wonderful. It's a beautifully shot film anyway. Just wonderfully done. There's shots in here that I would have never expected from a movie like this. Just the angles and the color grading, especially the sunset scene.
At the end, or it wasn't a sunset scene.
No, it was.
Wait, are you talking about like?
No, I'm talking about the
sunset scene just before they go out. When like Jerry goes out looking for.
Yes, yeah. Kurt and Pam. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that one. But so we'll get. So I guess we should probably start.
Oh shit! Jumped ahead.
Yeah, should probably start talking about the film now. So our movie opens very mockumentary docudrama style with an opening narration and an opening crawl.
Narrated by
John Larroquette.
Ah, yes.
Yes, wonderful voice, wonderful narration.
I love that man.
Yeah, detailing or really just describing how the events of this movie is going to play out. Essentially talking about these kids essentially losing their innocence to this horrible, just unspeakable crime.
I wouldn't say all of them lost their innocence because.
Well, no, I'm not. They're obviously not innocent, but I mean they're
no. And what I mean by that is like not so much like the stereotypical idea of innocence, but like innocence to experience. Maybe not that, because I don't know if watching all your friends getting murdered is life experience.
Yeah, that's probably not.
But
life experience that you'd want. Oh.
Fuck no. But I would say that You know what? I'm not really going anywhere with this.
No.
No, I'm not.
So yeah, let's.
I'm gonna stop talking right there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So very nice opening crawl. With this crazy shot as the opening crawl, the words on the screen sort of fade out and kind of transition to this opening shot of these rotting corpses, or like pieces or like body parts of.
It's a whole one corpse in the head of a second.
In the head of a second, yeah.
Being held in the arms of the first.
and
it's
yeah.
like.
That's like wired
impaled,
up to this.
Yeah, either wired or impaled on the top of a.
Well, no, because Larroquette's narration does mention that it's.
No, he just does the crawl because then it's the radio broadcast.
Yeah, you're right. It's the radio broadcast saying how this corpse is wired up on a cemetery tombstone.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's just, oh god, and again, yeah, the color grading on that is also like a very sunset. It's a very warm orange sort of shot, and it definitely looks very. And
also the fact that
ominous.
Decaying bodies look like they're chilling in a sunset.
Yeah, like it's almost got this. Like this
you know what
morbid,
we forgot?
Yeah.
At the very beginning.
Yeah.
Either it's just after the crawl or just before the crawl. I don't remember. But they're taking, it looks like CSIs, crime scene investigators, taking photos of a dead body.
Yes.
And then it goes to the...
Yeah, and then it transit. Yes, that's right. So, yeah, there's like lots of, you hear camera flashing sounds and you see flashes on the screen that show these brief glimpses of
a corpse.
Yeah, of a corpse and just all these sort of twisted elements of a human body, like all shot in close up.
And then it goes to...
And then it transitions to the radio broadcast. Overlooking that wired up corpse to the tombstone. Yeah. In the sunset.
What I always love these about like older films is that nothing's CGI.
No.
And so the corpses that are chilling on the tombstone.
Yeah, it's not like it's this weird like sweeping CGI shots.
It doesn't look like The Mummy.
Right.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, the Brendan Fraser version of The Mummy, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, it's wonderfully done.
Stuff.
Yeah. Because it's very simple, it's a very tight shot that very slowly zooms out to reveal more and more of this sculpture. This human cadaver rotting sculpture. Wired up to this tombstone, and that's when we transition to the opening credits, which has this. It's this dark black that's cel shaded with this overlay of these like red images that are almost pouring onto the screen as the credits sort of go over them, like they sort of fade in and out. Yeah. Of these titles, these credits. Beautifully done. And then we open on our protagonists, our characters, which are Sally and wait, what's her brother's name?
Franklin.
Yeah, Sally and Franklin Hedesty, I believe their last name is.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Franklin is a paraplegic.
He's a cripple.
Yeah, he's a cripple in a wheelchair.
I guess there are other kinds of cripples. Yeah, you might have to specify that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because not all cripples are in wheelchairs, like because they might have
but
something else.
Be.
Yeah, and so they're driving.
Yes, as in you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Shit. Okay.
Yes, and so they're driving in this van with their three friends. Jerry, Kirk, and Pam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Pam and Kirk. Is it Jerry?
Yeah, it's Jerry.
It's Jerry?
Because
He's the guy with the Jufro and the glasses.
Yes.
Okay. He's driving.
He's driving, yeah. Yeah, he's
right.
the
And they
one
pull
driving.
over. And Franklin needs to take a piss.
Yeah, they pull over and Franklin needs to take a piss.
And he falls. And, a semi passes by.
Yeah.
I don't know if it somehow scares the shit out of everyone.
Yeah,
That's how Franklin falls down the hill.
Yeah. Something happens where as this semi truck passes, Kirk goes flying. He trips a little bit, and then I think
does he knock?
I think he somehow managed to knock Franklin out of his wheelchair and down this hill that he's trying to take a piss over.
You're right. Sally flips her shit.
Yeah,
because it's her brother.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kirk goes to check and see if he's okay. He's a little scraped up, Franklin, but otherwise
no more worse than he already was.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's handicapped.
Right. So they manage to get themselves back in the van, and they drive to this cemetery, where
their grandfather was buried. Sally and Franklin's grandfather.
Right, and that's why they're here with their friends. That's why they're driving.
See if
to see, because they had heard on the radio that there's grave robbing going on, and that's why they're driving with their friends to this cemetery that's kind of out on the in the middle of nowhere, essentially.
Yeah.
To see if their grandfather was one of the graves that was desecrated.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't.
It wasn't. No. So,
good stuff.
Yeah. So then they're driving back
to
wherever it is they came from. Or no. They're driving to
on the highway.
On the highway to check out the old Hedesty homestead that Franklin and Sally used to visit when they were kids. To visit their grandfather.
Yeah.
The old abandoned homestead. And on their way, they pick up
a hitchhiker.
This weird looking hitchhiker.
I think it's a birthmark.
Yeah, he's got this weird.
Doesn't look like a scar.
No, it doesn't look like a scar, but it's this deep red. It's this blood red sort of birthmark that's just sort of coming down from his eyebrow, and then it gets progressively wider on the inside of his nose and kind of widens out toward his cheek before thinning back out again as it comes to a peak at his chin.
Yeah.
Or tapers down, I should say, into his chin.
Yeah, it was a pretty deep red. Full on Gorbachev kind of.
Yeah, definitely real Gorbachev kind of birthmark looking thing.
He's a fucking loony.
Yeah, real loony. Yeah, real.
Who big surprise there.
Yeah. Franklin is sort of talking to, kind of mediating the conversation between himself and this hitchhiker, because everybody else is kind of freaked out about him. They don't really want to.
He's like, this guy's sketch. Well, Franklin's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's try and make this not so weird.
Yeah, not so weird. Just to sort of keep it so that if he is a nutter, he won't do anything if Franklin thinks rash, if he'll keep him calm, you know. So I think that's the role that Franklin's kind of trying to play here.
Start talking about
the slaughterhouse, because
the hitchhiker's family used to work at the old slaughterhouse.
Yes.
So he's talking about how head cheese is made.
Yeah.
And basically it's just how I thought head cheese would be made. You use every part of the head of a cow.
Yeah, except for the tongue.
Except for the tongue.
The tongue is another.
And the bones.
Well, yeah, and the bones.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
And so now everyone else in the van. What was it? You think it was a Ford? What do you call it? It was a Ford van.
Yeah, it was a
1970s Ford van.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're called.
Yeah, I don't know what the. Yeah, but I do remember it. Yeah, it is Ford.
Yeah, good old Ford.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all pretty freaked out about this, because they eat meat, but the two girls, Pam and Sally,
they're women, so
Yeah.
1970s.
Yeah, they're
women.
like 1970s.
So they're inherently
era women.
grossed out
Yeah.
by stuff like that.
And they're freaking out, saying that like they like to eat meat, but they don't want to know like how it's actually made because it might want to make them go like vegetarian or whatever.
God forbid vegan. Because then you're gay at that point.
Yeah. So Franklin's like picking at the dirt under his nails. You know, he's grooming himself with his pocket knife, and this hitchhiker.
Looney McCrazy bitch grabs the knife.
Yeah, he grabs the knife just like out of Franklin's hand. Like he's absolutely thrilled to see this knife.
And then he cuts his hand open.
Yeah, he just full on cuts his hand open just in front of these people.
Laughing, having a good old time.
Yeah, grand old time. Laughing his ass off as he's just slicing his hand open.
Everyone's freaked out at this point. And so then he snaps a little picture of Franklin.
Yeah, well, first he hands Franklin his knife back.
Well, that's
covered in his blood.
Yeah. Watch out for them AIDS.
Yeah, no kidding. And like Franklin just is kind of just looking at him, and so that's when this guy whips out his camera, this big old camera, and he takes Franklin's picture, and he doesn't let the photo develop enough, so it comes out as just like this dark. It doesn't show you an actual photo of, or it
kind of does. It's an angle of the photo.
Yeah, it's an angle of the photo.
And you can see the light coming through the windows of the van, but then everything else is black.
It's pretty much dark, so you can't really make out any...
Photo.
Yeah, it's a terrible photographer. He's a terrible photographer, yeah.
Oh, well, he had the flash on in the middle of daylight, so that's...
Yeah, that's also going to cause some weird exposure issues, to the film. So it's a terrible photo, and Franklin says so. And the crazy hitchhiker, he gets pissed off because like he's asking Franklin to pay him like $2 for this photo.
Keep in mind, this is 1974.
Yeah.
Okay, minimum wage is like probably $2.
Yeah.
That's a day's worth. That's an hour's worth of salary right there.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. For a photo?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
So Franklin hands him back the photo. And then he starts...
This dude just keeps gunpowder, black powder probably.
Yeah, like black powder and tinfoil.
And matches. Matches I'm not too surprised at.
No. But he's got black powder and tinfoil. And he unwraps this tinfoil and like sets it down on something that's in the van. He puts the photo on it and then dumps some of the black powder on it and then just lights it on fire. And it's like causing like this little, or like this substantial size fireball.
Yeah.
With smoke and everything.
Yeah.
And then he, as the photo like completely burns up, the hitchhiker like wraps it back up again
in the tinfoil.
In the tinfoil,
puts it in his little fur pouch.
Yeah, his like fur skin pouch that he has. He has a couple of fur skin pouches. He has a small one. And
has a larger one.
And then he has a larger one, which I don't know what exactly he keeps in that, since he's got a strap for his camera that he also just kind of hangs on himself.
I don't want to know what he keeps in the bigger skin pouch.
I don't know. I don't want to know what he keeps in the bigger skin pouch.
That goes down.
Yeah,
and they're all freaked out.
Yeah, everybody's freaking out, and like amongst this, the confusion, the panic, this hitchhiker whips out a classic barber's razor.
Yeah,
and slices Franklin's arm.
Yeah, get cut, bitch.
Yeah, and so Jerry slows down the van. And Kirk slides open the sliding door on the side of the van, and they kick him out.
His hand's still bleeding. Keep in mind.
Yeah, and so
he marks the van up.
He marks up the van with his blood. Drawing this interesting sort of
Texas white person gang sign.
Yeah, it almost looks like a half moon with like an extra like streak across it.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. It definitely looks like some sort of a gang symbol. But it's very interesting. Yeah, and he like kicks up the van and he marks it like that with his own blood, and it's wild. And so they end up bandaging Franklin's arm, and they move on. So they end up coming to a gas station right? Where
They don't have no gas.
yeah, they don't have any gas. They're running low on gas. So
Gas station, come on.
the gas station attendants, they come out, and one of them starts washing their window, and the other
That's not
one
too important, though.
no, the
Big thing is this other fella.
Yeah, this other guy who's
He's
like the manager of the gas
manager, I
station
assume,
or whatever. Yeah.
He's like, hey, we ain't have no gas, boys
Yeah.
and gals. So, but what we do have, we got some BBQ.
Yeah, we got some BBQ.
I can give you that.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to get on your way.
Yep.
Because do something, because we ain't got no gas here.
That's right.
Okay? And then they're like, hey, we're going over to our old homestead.
Right.
It's abandoned
Yeah.
now. But yeah, we're going over there. And he's like, we probably shouldn't,
Yeah.
because sketchy shit.
Yeah.
But he doesn't,
He doesn't specify
Right.
anything. Yeah, he's this is like pretty much the inception of the creepy old gas station attendant guy who's
knows-
like really creepy and he knows stuff,
But he doesn't tell
he doesn't
anyone.
want to specify anything. He just he's like essentially warning people, but not actually really explaining his warnings. So he's just being overall
dick.
creepy and kind of a dick, and so nobody ever listens to him because he's not doing a very good job of warning people, right? So they pretty much they move on their way, and they make it to the homestead, where Franklin really, as they all climb out of the van.
He rolls out of it.
Yeah, he rolls out of it.
Franklin sees this little gang sign written in blood by the hitchhiker.
Yeah, by the hitchhiker.
Everyone else doesn't think anything of it.
Yeah, but he notices that it definitely looks like it's got a deliberate pattern to it. Like it definitely looks like it's a symbol.
He's pretty intuitive.
Yeah, and so he's worried that it has been marked by this hitchhiker, so that this hitchhiker could somehow identify it again to come after them.
Yeah.
To something like that. But nobody's really listening to him. They all go into the house and they start having a little bit of fun, looking at the decaying wallpaper, just the decaying state of this house.
Yeah.
And, just kind of talking and laughing and having fun. And, Franklin's, having some trouble because, he's wheelchair bound and, he can't really
travel through.
He can't really travel through this house all that well, even though, there is a ramp, up the front porch, towards the door. But because of the state of the house, it's not really all that good of a condition. So it is difficult for him.
Yeah.
And Kirk and Pam.
They get horny and they
they get nice and classic slasher horny.
Yep.
And they ask Franklin if there's anywhere a little more private where they can spend an hour alone together. And Franklin tells them that there's this path that's up between the two sheds in the back where they can probably head on out and do the dirty.
Yep. And so they're walking.
Yeah, they're walking. They're going, and obviously this is where we're stepping into a lot of that cliched territory, where they find the abandoned house, right? And this other abandoned house. And there's a bunch of abandoned cars that are hidden under this
military camouflage net.
Camo net tarp thing, and it's really weird. It's super sketch, and they come up to the front door, and Kurt, in order to more effectively knock on the door, he hangs their sex blanket over the railing on the front porch.
He knocks.
And he kind of opens up the screen door a bit, and like that's when a tooth falls out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this tooth falls out.
He shows Pam. She's like, ew.
Ew, and then she goes to sit on the swing
chair.
Bench. Yeah, the little love seat swing that's out in the front yard. And Kirk goes inside. He opens up the other door.
The front door it's unlocked.
Yeah, it's unlocked.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and so he's calling out. And you see the inside of this house. It's just as dilapidated as the
homestead.
Yeah, as the homestead. But there's this room that's right in the back that's got this red wall
and
that's just lined with a bunch of animal skulls.
Bleached animal skulls.
Yeah, bleached animal skulls mounting it. And it's got this little wooden ramp that like leads up into the doorway that leads to this room.
And so he sees that. He's like, oh, what's this stuff?
Yeah, and so he goes back there, and all of a sudden, Leatherface jumps out.
He doesn't jump out.
Or it doesn't, yeah, he just strolls right casually strolls right in. And there's like, there isn't a musical sting, like there's no real...
he's just there.
Yeah, he just comes right out, he just steps right in front of Kurt.
And then boom, bitch, he hits him in the face with a hammer.
Yeah, with a hammer, and he just mallets him to the face, and Kirk
hits the ground.
Yeah, he's hit twitching, and he's like starts twitching.
And so then Leatherface
beats him,
double taps him.
Yeah, the double tap.
And now Kurt's dead.
Yeah, Kurt's
dead. And it's
dead.
completely sudden. Like you hear this go down, and like it's so sudden and like
It's very nonchalant. Yeah, there's nothing more to it. Like it's
literally just a guy getting.
Yeah, it's just a single shot, wide shot, so that you can see everything. It's not like this close up where it's like just a close up of the hand holding the hammer, beating down or anything.
And there's no like kind of music.
Yeah, there's no music going on.
It's just a dude getting beat to death with a hammer.
With a hammer,
and it happens like that.
Like that, and he just Leatherface drags the body off
and closes the door
and closes this sliding metal. Like shed door that's been built into the threshold of this back room.
And Kurt's dead.
Yeah.
And watching that, like, because I that really kind of surprised me. The fact that how quickly they just killed off Kurt.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's very unceremonious.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing to it. It just happens.
Dude's just dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it's like, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's how quickly stuff like that can go down.
Oh, yeah.
And it really sets the tone for the rest of the movie.
Yes.
Because then Pam is like, Kurt, where are you?
Yeah.
And then she goes in.
Yeah.
To the house.
Right.
And then I think she, like...
Oh, she turns into the
foyer.
Yeah, the foyer that's right to the left of the entrance. Of the door, yeah. And she trips into just this pile of bones and feathers.
Because there's a chicken in there.
Yeah, there's just like a chicken that's just like hanging in a cage.
Like a parrot.
Yeah, almost like a parrot. Yeah,
but
except it's a chicken.
And you almost want to laugh, but you're still kind of shocked that Kirk just died.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the fact that
Kirk or Kurt?
It's either no.
We'll just use both.
No, I think it's Kirk because it's spelled. When I was looking it up, I'm pretty sure it's spelled Kirk instead of like Kurt.
Oh, I got
So I'm pretty sure it's Kirk instead of Kurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use both.
Yeah, we can use it interchangeably. Yeah. Well, it doesn't.
We don't know that much.
Well, yeah, because all these people, because the real focus is more Franklin and Sally's like relationship and dynamic.
Yeah.
Which we'll get a little bit more just after this.
Yeah.
Sort of how they interact with each other and how that works. So they're pretty much like the main characters.
Yeah.
And like these other three people, Jerry, Kirk, and Pam. They're the slaughter fodder, they're just there to get
killed.
Dead. Yeah. Get that deaded. But
Pam's chilling in this room full of bones and feathers.
Yeah, and she looks around and she's seeing like all these animal skulls and human skulls, human feet.
Just remains of it.
Yeah, the remains of the dead.
Everything.
Yeah, just everything. And they've been turned into like ornaments that are decorating like the framework of a couch. is like decorated and like made out of bones.
Yeah.
And there's lamps and just all this wacky stuff that's all made out of flesh and bones.
Good stuff.
That's all dried and bleached. And it's awful. It's just awful. But
it wasn't that bad.
Well, it's awful for her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But so she
runs out of there.
Yeah,
she goes back to the entrance area where
Leatherface opens up that sliding metal door to the back room again and sees her because he's hearing her freaking out and screaming. And so she tries to run out of the front door, and just as she gets out of the front door, Leatherface has really quickly come up behind her and just scoops her up.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, big guy.
Who's the actor who played Leatherface? His first name starts with a G, his last name starts with an H.
Oh yeah?
That's all I remember.
Okay. Yeah, well,
he's a tall guy.
Yeah, we can probably look it up, and I'll probably edit it in.
Yeah, we'll flash it on the screen. Or
yeah, I'll flash it on the screen. Yeah, that's fine.
So and so played Leatherface.
Yeah, so he's
a big guy.
Yeah, big guy,
tall guy.
Yeah, real tall, son of a bitch.
He just picks her up.
Yeah,
just carries her in
and carries her into the back room, which actually turns right
and goes
turns left into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Where Kirk's body is like already like sliced open.
Oh, chilling on the table.
Chilling on the table. And then there's a rack with some meat hooks on it. And Leatherface just lifts her up. Then just pops her right onto the meat hook. And so she's just got this meat hook in her, like hooking onto like her shoulder bone. Yeah, her shoulder blade, collarbone sort of area. Oh, is that a storm warning?
Yeah, it's probably a storm alert.
It's a storm
flash flood alert.
Yeah, flash flood alert. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Yeah. So.
She's wiggling there.
Yeah.
Screaming.
So she's wiggling there. She's screaming.
'Cause she ain't dead.
Yeah, she ain't dead. Yeah, she's perfectly alive to like watch this all go down. And Leatherface picks up his chainsaw.
There we go.
And starts slicing cutting more into.
He starts cutting Kurt into the prime pieces of meat.
Yeah, the prime pieces of meat that will presumably be part of dinner later on in the movie.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So there's that.
That goes down. Bamps back over to
Jerry, Sally, and
what do you call it?
Franklin.
There we
go. And they're all concerned about Kirk and Pam.
Where are they? It's almost sunset.
It's almost sunset. Yeah. And so Franklin tells Jerry that like, hey. I mean, they wanted to go have sex, right? So I told them about this trail that leads past the two sheds in the back, behind the house.
So Jerry goes
to search for Kirk and Pam, and it's progressively getting more and more.
Dark.
The sun is going down, and now the color grading is becoming more and more orange, and we get this similar orange tint to. The beginning of the movie when we were looking at that morbid corpse sculpture wired up to the tombstone.
Right.
Really neat looking, and
Good
he approaches the same house.
Where Pam and Kirk
got the deaded.
Real deaded.
Yeah.
Hard deaded.
Yeah, and he's knocking on the door. He's yelling, and it's looking like he's about to go away when all of a sudden he notices that Kirk and Pam's sex blanket
is
over the railing, and so he sees that so they must be here. So he goes in and he finds the back room, and he goes in and he sees the kitchen, and nobody's there. Nothing's going on. It's just a table. The other kitchen appliances and the meat hooks, and then this standing ice box, freezer box. And he looks in. He hears like some rustling
coming from it.
And he opens it up, and there's Pam.
She's still alive, I think.
Yeah, because she wakes up like in shock, right? And she pops up, like somebody rising from a coffin, and
then
goes wild. Yeah.
Suddenly pans around.
Yeah, and Leatherface materializes out of the shadows of the adjacent doorway and comes in and
with the
hammer, the mallet, and bam, Jerry right in the head.
Face.
And Jerry goes down.
He dead.
Jerry goes down, man.
Dead. Boom, dead again.
Yeah.
These people dying quickly.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So we transition.
And then he shoves Pam back in the.
Yeah, he shoves Pam back into the ice box.
The ice chest.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not a chest.
No, it's definitely
ice chest is what you put beverages into.
Yeah. No, this is a freezer box.
Yeah, it's a freezer box. That's what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice big freezer box. Person-sized freezer box.
Yeah, good stuff. Goes back to Sally.
To Sally and Franklin. It's now nighttime. And
you got the headlights of the van on.
Yeah.
They're honking the horn.
They're calling out for Jerry.
Not Pam or Sally.
And not Pam or Kirk. They're just calling out for Jerry.
Because fuck Pam and Kirk.
Yeah, but I mean they're more or less worried about everybody. Because they haven't shown up yet. Yeah. But they're just calling out for Jerry. And so Sally's got it in her head to
go look for
for them, right? And Franklin insists on Franklin's got the flashlight, and he insists on coming along, because
he insists on it would be better to go to the gas station.
Yes, that's right. And call the police
to help search for him.
Yeah. But
Franklin's got the right idea here.
Yeah, he's definitely got the right idea here to go and call for help. But he finds that the keys aren't in the van. Yeah, Jerry or somebody must still have the keys.
So then Sally insists on, hey, give me the flashlight. I'm gonna go look for him. He's like, nah. He insists that they should go and call for the police.
Right.
At the gas station.
Yeah, and then finally they come to the compromise where Franklin's gonna come with her to go and find everybody. But of course he's in a wheelchair, and it's a rocky terrain, so Sally has to push him.
So they're trekking on through the
brush,
the desert brush.
Yeah, this desert brush down in good old Tejas.
I'd say creosote bushes.
Yeah, they definitely look like creosote bushes. But yeah, it's like a lot of dead brush.
Lots of dead brush.
Yeah.
Buffalo grass.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. And
fire waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's definitely a fire hazard. Yeah.
Waiting to happen.
Yeah.
There's no fire.
No, but it's another wonderfully done shot because it definitely looks like they actually filmed at night.
Oh, they definitely filmed at night.
But it's still got that.
Because you can't see shit.
No, you can't see shit except for the actors, the characters. Yeah, because something must be actually lit.
I would say it's a legitimate moon, and the director.
Made
sure that the moonlight reflected off them.
Yeah, or they at least had lighting that simulated that because they're casting this very blue sort of color grading. They've got that.
Well, the moon makes shit blue, dude.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just mean it's very tough to film at night, especially in an era like 1974. So I'm just saying they probably had a light with a blue gel filter. Covering it just to sort of really simulate the moonlight, but to still light them enough so that you can still see them.
I got you. Yeah.
Right. And so she's pushing Franklin, and basically they're kind of haggling each other. A little bit because of, she's saying oh God, it's so impossible to push you, Franklin, and shit. And then, but she doesn't have to worry about it for long because
Franklin says he hears something.
Camera
pans to the left. Boom.
Leatherface comes out
with a chainsaw.
And starts hacking up Franklin. So now everybody except Sally is dead. Sally is our final girl. She's
soul survivor.
Yeah, the sole survivor. She's the classic final girl trope that you see in.
Hard to say yeah, okay.
Yeah, so she starts running. Eventually, she gets to Leatherface's house because there's lights on.
She's hoping it's someone.
She's hoping that it's somebody, but it turns out it's just
His house.
His house.
She runs. He's chasing her.
Yeah, so she gets in,
Locks
the door, and so Leatherface has to start hacking it up with a chainsaw.
She bolts upstairs.
She bolts upstairs to find the two bodies of this old man and this rotting corpse of this woman
in the attic.
And she's like, oh, and so she starts freaking out again because it's oh shit,
this is the murder.
This is a murder house. Yeah. So she tries to go back downstairs, but he busts in through the door. And so she goes back up and
jumps
she jumps out of the second story window.
Genius. Flawless idea.
Flawless execution.
She hits the ground, nails it, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. And then starts limping off again as Leatherface comes back down and then continues the chase.
Yeah.
She goes through the brush and then
he's chasing her.
Yeah, there's this point in the chase where she gets caught in some pretty thick thickets.
Yeah.
And you think that he's going to get her because he can just chop through him with the chainsaw. Right?
Chainsaws are oddly good at cutting through wood. I wonder why they are.
Right. Yeah, but they're
so good at that.
Through just brute force, she ends up getting out of this thicket just before he nabs her.
Chase continues.
The chase continues back to the gas station.
Oh boy.
And
she gets into the
gas station and meets that same creepy gas station manager guy. And Leatherface disappears.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. And you think that she's safe. She's now, this manager, he's comforting her. And
from the last time you saw him, he's giving them a warning, but not really. So he's trying to help them.
Yeah.
So you think, she's probably in good hands.
Yeah.
And then she asks him to call the police.
He says that
there's no phone. Oh boy.
Oh no.
So he's like, hold up.
Wait a second, and he goes out.
He gets the pickup, pulls it around. He gets the pickup
truck and pulls it around and
opens the passenger door.
You think he's gonna get deaded, right?
I think
I think that Leatherface is hiding, right? And he's going to just nail this guy.
But no.
He pulls out a burlap sack.
A burlap potato sack.
And some rope.
And some rope. And looks back at her and smiles. And we're like,
oh shit. This guy's part of the killing.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's in on it. Yeah, he's in on it, right?
You sneaky motherfucker.
And so she grabs this long knife. To defend herself, but thankfully he's got a broom, and so
that's the only way to defeat a woman.
Hit
her with a broom. So
he whacks at her with the brush end of the broom. Yeah. So it's your classic witch's broom too. So it's not even like a mustache broom where it's the long wood piece with the it's a regular broom.
It's
so he's just beating her with the brush. He knocks the knife
out of her hand.
Yeah, and knocks it out of her hand, and then just continues whapping her with it. And she
falls down.
She falls to the ground
and knocks her ass out.
Yeah, and he's able to subdue her and tie her up. Puts this dirty, bloody looking rag in her mouth, and ties that around her to gag her.
And then puts the burlap
sack over
her head, and carries her off to the
and they drive off, and they drive. They end up driving back to the same house, the Leatherface house.
And on the way, in the driveway, they see the crazy hitchhiker.
Yeah, the crazy hitchhiker. So the crazy hitchhiker is also in on it too, and they all know each other because they're
family.
They're family. So the gas station manager, right? He comes out and he starts beating the hitchhiker with the broom handle. This broken broom handle, so he's actually beating him with the actual wood part, not the brush part.
Nope.
you know, tell him like, you know, you're stupid idiot, you know, and you know, shit, and so they come back to the house, and they tie her up, and now Leatherface has been preparing dinner,
presumably from
the other kids that he's murdered, and he's got on like a wig now,
he's got on a little
like this curly wig. Right,
and he put
on a cooking apron.
And he put makeup on
and
his
some makeup
skin face.
onto his Leatherface mask. So he's like
he's the most progressive killer I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. Because he seems to be able to identify both.
He's gender fluid.
Yeah, he's very gender fluid. So at any time he could either be very effeminate or not so effeminate. Yeah, but still very murderous at the same time.
Oh yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So now it's
night.
It's nighttime, or I mean, It's been night. Yeah. So I guess now it's closer to dawn, because she passed out.
Oh yeah, she's been passed out.
Yeah. And then she wakes up, and now she's at the other end of the dinner table, and she's at one end of the dinner table, and at the other end is the old man corpse who we thought was a corpse up in the attic.
Right.
But he's not. He's still alive. He's just this decrepit old man
who basically looks dead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gnarly. But so now Leatherface is again still wearing the wig and the makeup on his skin mask, his leather face. But he's now got a suit on too, like a suit jacket and a tie. He's pulling out
all the stops.
Yeah,
he's looking real fly, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He's like he's prom worthy now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's ready to hit up the school and go dancing.
Yeah, but so him and or I guess they. I guess I should probably address Leatherface as they.
The whole gang.
Yeah, the whole gang, but it's mostly Leatherface and their brother, the crazy hitchhiker guy, are like really like poking and prodding and being like, oh god, oh no, mocking Sally as she's like screaming her head off.
Yeah,
and the dad, or presumably their dad, who's the gas station manager.
Yeah.
Is like criticizing them, like, oh, you stupid idiot, stop doing that. But they just keep doing it, they just keep mocking and antagonizing her. And they get this idea because apparently it's like all the grandfathers like doing, like this whole crazy thing is like up to him because he's like this big killer dude.
Yeah.
Or like when he was obviously, young and spry enough to do killing.
He was real good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, best killer there is, according to the dad, the gas station manager. So they get it in their heads to hand the grandfather the mallet to have him kill Sally, so she can be the big feast, guest of honor feast sort of thing.
Weird shit.
Yeah, whatever. But obviously, he can't do it because he's probably.
I would judge by the fact that how dead he looks. He's easily like 180 million years old.
Yeah.
He's one breath away from being dead.
Yes, exactly.
So he can't really hold the mallet. So Leatherface, being the good serial killer son he is helping out the grandfather.
Yeah, he keeps trying to put the mallet back in Grandpappy's hand. Oh,
Grandpappy Leatherface's hand.
Right.
While crazy hitchhiker brother is
holding Sally like over this metal basin. That's got like a bunch of dried blood in it.
It's the murder bucket.
Yeah.
And Leatherface is helping out Grandpappy, trying to whack her in the head. He starts getting the hang of it.
Yeah, he gets like two, like
I think it was 3.
fair whacks.
2 fair whacks, 1 kind of shit one.
Yeah, pretty much.
She starts bleeding from the head.
Yeah. Enough to make her bleed, but nothing. Well, obviously fatal.
Fatal. Definitely concussion worthy. I think.
Yeah, but so the crazy hitchhiker brother is getting real impatient. So he's like, let me do it. You know, I'll do it. I'll get her good. You know, I'll get her good. Oh. So, but so he has to kind of let go of Sally a bit in order to reach over
for the mallet.
And Sally gets away.
Yep.
And she goes and she does another crash right through the bay window.
2 windows in one movie.
Yeah,
that's a record right there.
One movie, I know. And she starts running out.
Gets cut up real bad from that one.
cut up real bad. Yeah, she's
dawn
like
now.
Drenched in her own blood.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's dawn. So now we can see pretty much everything better.
A lot better.
And
she runs down the driveway.
Yeah, she runs down the driveway toward
the interstate.
The highway road again, as the brother and Leatherface
with the chainsaw now.
Yeah, with the chainsaw once again. Come out and chase her.
Yep.
And the brother ends up catching up to her just as they reach the road, right? And starts like hacking at her back
with his little barbershop razor.
Yeah, with his barbershop razor that he has. And this semi comes and just runs the guy over.
Bam.
He's
dead.
Yeah, he's dead. And the driver stops and then opens his door to see if she's okay, and that's when Leatherface comes around the back of the truck and starts chasing them into the truck. And so
they get into the truck.
Yeah, they get into the truck.
The driver's door.
The driver's side door. Right.
Leatherface starts hacking at the driver's side door.
Yeah.
With his chainsaw.
Yeah.
And it's just scraping.
It's scraping up the door.
It's just scraping the paint.
Yeah, the paint really. Yeah.
The semi driver grabs a wrench.
Yes, yeah.
A monkey wrench.
Yeah, a monkey wrench, and they go out the passenger side door. And Leatherface comes around. Yeah. And so
starts chasing them.
Yeah, starts chasing them, and then a little ways away from the semi truck, the driver turns around and chucks the monkey wrench at him.
Headshot.
Yeah, headshot.
With Leatherface
goes down. Yeah, and
he falls. Chainsaw blade falls on his leg. Starts cutting into his leg.
Into his leg. Yeah.
He's able to pick it up in time. Yeah. So it's only like a flesh wound.
Yeah, just a flesh wound.
It's only
a flesh wound.
Yes.
But continues the chase.
Hobbling after him.
Yeah, hobbling after him.
Then
Sally gets the attention of a truck driver.
Another pickup.
Or a pickup truck driver, not a semi truck, just a regular pickup truck driver. As the semi truck driver just sort of continues to run off.
She gets the attention of this pickup
truck driver. Who kind of has to swerve and turn around, to let her get into the back as Leatherface is closing in.
She gets into the
back of the pickup truck, and the guy just takes off. Yeah,
gets the fuck right out.
Right out of there. And Leatherface gives chase
a little bit,
trying to hack up the back, the
tailgate.
The tailgate of the bed of the truck. But eventually stops. Yeah, they get out of there. He
starts throwing a little Leatherface tantrum.
Leatherface hissy fit tantrum as he's just swinging this chainsaw around with these huge sweeping motions, and I'm just like,
you're gonna cut your leg again.
Yeah,
dude.
You're gonna cut yourself again. What are you doing? And Sally's just, again, like drenched in her own blood.
Screaming.
Just screaming, and then starts laughing a bit.
Kind of turns into laughing because she's like, oh my God.
Yeah, because it's like that crazy relief that you feel because you're like.
She's laughing like a lunatic.
Yeah, she's laughing like a crazy.
But it's still like crying, laughing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Severely mentally damaged.
Yeah.
Cut to black, yeah.
Cut to black, yeah.
Credits roll. Good stuff.
Yeah.
It just kind of ends like that.
Yeah, it just ends. Yeah, and that's
a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
Which is a good movie.
Yeah, really good movie. Yeah, so it's just, it's
boy.
wild.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was
the end.
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original 1974 phenomena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
This
shit was based off real stuff, too.
Yes. Yeah,
I didn't do 100% research. I just kind of read, like, a couple little articles.
Yeah.
Okay. So, non-Texas, in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The north side of the states. Mm-hmm. Up right next to Michigan and Minnesota. So a guy named Ed Gein. Mm-hmm. This is in the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy was raised by a crazy mother.
Yeah.
His father and his brother died, so his delusioned mom raised him. Mm-hmm. She's very religious as well.
Sure.
Okay? And she isolated him from the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. He didn't go to school, none of this shit like that. And she raised him that women are evil.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That they're the spawn of Satan.
Interesting.
Yeah. So then when she died, he started going on rampages. And what he started doing is remember at the beginning of the movie, grave robbing?
Yeah.
He started doing that.
I see. Okay.
And he started taking these dead bodies of recently buried women around the same age as his mother. Because I think he probably had some pent-up aggression towards his mother, and here's why. He cuts up these middle-aged women, these dead bodies of middle-aged women. He reads up on anatomy text and biology books, educates himself on the human body, and he starts gutting and just ripping apart organs from these bodies, and then he surgically removes their uterus and their vagina and stuff, and he keeps them in a box.
Holy shit.
Right? Okay. But then he gets a little taste for that murdering. He's like, I want to kill some real people. Yeah. Some live people. So he starts killing middle-aged women, the same age as his mother. Yeah. And he continues to do the same thing. Cuts them up, takes their genitalia and reproductive organs, keeps them in a box. Eventually, the police catch him. Yeah. They raid his house.
Of course.
Okay? And this dude, he also used chainsaws to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hence Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Wisconsin Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. In this case. They raid his house, and they find dead bodies. Just kind of like, you know how like, in like autopsy, when you do autopsy, they surgically, from like one shoulder to the other shoulder, it's like a Y incision. I don't know what it's called. I'm just going to call it a Y incision. Because he read anatomy and biology. Right. So this dude's like basically a doctor.
Yeah, sure.
He's a murder doctor.
Yeah.
And so Ed Gein is his name again. They find all these bodies of these women hung around his house. Yeah. Just on the walls, in the doorways. Yeah. Stockings, women's stockings, made out of their skin. Comforters and like the upholstery of the couches and chairs. Yeah. Flesh. Yeah. And skin. Yeah. Lampshades. Skin. Yeah. Real sick shit. Yeah. And this is in the 50s. Right. And then, boom, let's make a movie about that. Right. Yeah. Good stuff. Ed Gein. That's the man who, he also influenced the character Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Sure. And obviously Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, there's one other movie that this man influenced. Give me a minute. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. But yeah. That's what this movie was based off. Yeah. The serial killer Ed Gein. Yeah. Yeah, so inspired by inspired.
Events.
Yeah, inspired by a real guy. Yeah, not based off of. Yeah, no, the events aren't. Yeah. Yeah. But inspired by this crazy motherfucker. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. It's absolutely wild. Yeah. Yeah.
Weird shit.
Yeah. So that
I'd say
that pretty much wraps up this episode. I mean, let us know what you think. See if you want us to do more of this. We're We're
gonna probably do more,
we're gonna
even
do more.
without feedback.
Yeah, even without feedback. Well, yeah, just sort of hone this in, really
Screw around.
Yeah, flesh it out. Yeah, and just kind of screw around, and just enjoy everything that horror movies, good and bad.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do some shit ones soon.
Yeah, have to offer. So so that was Night Terrors.
Episode 1.
Episode 1, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Light.
So tune in for next episode. Which we'll be doing 1985's Life Force
with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Sir Patrick Stewart. Yeah.
Because he's knighted.
That's right. Yeah. So that'll be our next episode.
Yeah, tune in then.
Yeah. So thank all of you for listening.
Like,
comment,
subscribe.
and subscribe. So that'll be it.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Don't let the bed bugs bite.